Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Real Show Alec, your host, Alec. Hello, everyone. Now, today's topic, the news of 2012. Now, I went through my phone and went through the internet for the news. I gathered pretty much three things, and pretty much one of them is not, all three of them are not really important because the headliner is politics. I'm not going to get into politics just yet of 2012 until it's all said and done. But the three things I do want to bring up: the Catholic Church, they are now having a special program. And get this, this is the weirdest part. The Catholic Church is having a program for gay parishioners, which are the priests of that whole situation. And their answer is just don't have sex. Well, the problem with that is um, they're not absolutely gay or something. Well, they could be gay, it doesn't matter because what they're doing is called rape. Now, with rape, you don't have permission, you just do it what you please because you have no conscience or a soul. That's how it is. You don't have a moral fiber when it comes to rape. And what were they fucking kids? Let's get to the bottom of it. Because they want to address the issue without even handling the issue. They went with the issue of saying being gay. Well, okay, if they stop fucking the little boys and fuck little girls, it's still rape. I'm sorry, you're just telling them to go another direction with it? I'm sorry, but I don't think you comprehend the whole message of what they're trying to say. Stop raping the fucking kids. That's the whole type of deal. That's the whole message. I'm sorry, that's what people wanted to stop going on in the Catholic Church. I'm not saying all Catholic churches are like that, because hell, there's a lot of churches that are downright bottom feeders, and there's churches that it's on the up and up. I'm not a churchgoer anymore, so I'm not gonna vouch for churches that I don't know, but I'm not gonna down them because I don't know them as well. But on the other hand, the priest who was in the church, I'm not gonna down that church. I'm just gonna down that priest. That's how it is. Because the message is clear. The people wanted the butt fucking of kids to stop. That's all it was. They wanted to get rid of that priest, send him on to a prison cell where, hell, you're fucking kids. Let the inmates fuck you and see how it feels. The only problem is he's no kid. Catch the drift? I don't know if you can see that message pretty clear, but I can see it as black and white. What kind of thing? It's an obvious topic of that whole thing. That was one part of the news that was covering it, but the audacity of saying gay parishes and stuff. Well, for one, if you are a Catholic Church, which they're strict, I'm gonna say they're very strict on their religion because they have that moral fiber of saying, "Hey, I if I committed a sin, I will go to a booth and confess my sin and do this and that because I feel real bad about it." That's how they usually do it. Is they confessing, looking for salvation, and they will go home, do Hail Marys, and do whatever they have to do to be absolved of that sin. But rape, on the other hand, there's no being resolved because that doesn't only affect you, that affects that other person too. There is no moral compass or anything to fix rape. Because, let's face it, you fuck someone up who was a kid, and he's gonna grow up to be fucked up. Mentally, or and all types of shit too. It can be he can grow up to use tons of drugs to forget that he was raped. Because why? The news loves to bring up who was rape victims and all that. So, it's obvious. Suggestion. Now, since that was said and done, I'm ready to move on to the next topic of the three-part of the news agenda. Casey Anthony. I don't know if some of you guys know who Casey Anthony is, but I'll refresh your memory. It was about a 18-year-old girl. Well, I call her a girl because you want to be treated like an adult. I'm not treating you as an adult. You're a fucking idiot to me. Who was 18 and killed her 2-year-old daughter. And this happened, I would say, 2009, 2010. It is kind of old, but it dragged out to 2011, and now it's getting dragged into 2012. This thing will never be resolved because she know what she did, and she wants pity from people. I don't know about you, but I don't pity a baby killer. You killed your kid, your own flesh and blood, for no apparent reason. I don't care how fucking insane you are, you want to claim to be, but all she wanted to do was party, party, party. She basically wanted to become a call girl. That's all we can get from her statements of courts in Florida. So what Florida did, because they really wanted to get Casey Anthony real bad, but the lawyer she had was pretty good. I gotta give him kudos because what he did is he transferred her out of Florida because there was a lot of people who was going to either kick or kill her, and flat out kick her ass or kill her. Because let's face it, would you really stand stand there and listen to someone with an excuse that was not really an excuse at all? There was just she had no conscience about herself. She was a fucking well, basically a cunt. I'll put it that way. I don't like using the big C without using it on the right person, but you know what? She fits the bill. She's a cunt. Big C. Well, you can't see. Big C. I had to do it the other way. Vice versa. Well, anyway, she is, had a YouTube thing, like this guy. But I'm different. I'm smarter. I won't kill kids. Um, she has a YouTube thing of her diary now. She has a diary on YouTube. And that's why she's on the news. Because she has a YouTube diary of, well, I kill people, blah, 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 this and that. And they said that her thing wasn't legalized because she wasn't allowed to sell any part of her story or even talk about her story of this case. She failed to understand what part of this story cannot be leaked to public view. YouTube is what? Public. Common sense, but again, she's a dumb fuck. But at least she'll get her just desserts. What can I say? And the third one, now this one fucking kills me the most because this is the most retarded thing I ever heard. That movie Twilight so much. Apparently, little girls that like vampires that don't even suck blood, they're gay or something like that. I don't understand that Twilight bullshit. Basically, they wanted to make it a musical. It's all over the news on the internet. YouTube, Twilight, musical. Well, I don't know about you guys, but back in the day where we watched vampire movies and stuff, vampires sucked blood, not dick. Thank you, and that's a quote from one of my friends, David Rose. That was a good quote. Now, I'm sorry, but vampires that's supposed to glitter and shit, he's neither manusexual or a queer. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm not trying to. Well, no, fuck it. I will offend the vampire. They're not real. Now, back in the day, where you watch vampire movies and werewolf movies, they were scary. I'm sorry, they were fucking scary. They make you jump out of your seat like, oh my god, he came out of nowhere, snuck her, and killed her. And she came back alive as this bitch. And then you have werewolf movies where you werewolf fight a guy, rip his arm off, and next thing you know is he's a three-legged werewolf or some shit like that. The point is, those movies back then were fucking awesome. This Twilight movie is like the pussy out version of a werewolf and vampire. Now, whoever created Twilight, shame on you because you killed that whole version of vampires and werewolves, and I should suggest don't touch Frankenstein. I'm sorry, don't touch Frankenstein. Don't touch the thing from the Black Lagoon, whatever. You already pussied out vampires and werewolves. How much do you have to kill Hollywood legends of scary icons? Next thing you know is mummies with lipsticks. Oh, mummy ready to suck cock. I don't know. That's that's bullshit, you know? Now, those who like Twilight, I'm guessing you're women. You gotta be women because you like it for a certain reason that those vampires and werewolves are metrosexual. I'm sorry, but guys do not act like that. We like the old school vampire. They kick your ass, they kill you, turn you either into a vampire or something else. Hell, but they love blood. Tales from the Crypt one, awesome movie about a whorehouse and a funeral parlor. That turned out that those whores were vampires. That is the greatest vampire story of them all. But what you have teenage pussies that are vampires and werewolves. Like, hey, oh, I didn't tell you, but our clan, our Indian tribe were werewolves. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I didn't tell you. My whole family are vampires. We came from another place where people don't recognize us because we try to blend in. And usually the sun will melt your ass if you're a vampire. No, but this motherfucker's glistening in the sun. What the fuck is that? That that's gay to me. Vampires don't need to glisten. For that's the deal, and that's for real. Real Filler Ali K. Good goodbye, Cincinnati. Hope to see you later.